Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Sports Betting by Dummies. I am your host, Patty Parlays, and joining me, the Batman guy. I don't know where I was going for. I was going to say the Batman or something, but yeah, Connor, welcome in.
No.
I tried, man. I tried to incorporate it, it just didn't work.
No, you failed halfway through what you were trying to say. I don't even know what you were trying to say.
Well, that's the thing. I
Hmm.
I didn't know what I was trying to say either. It just didn't work.
Yeah. Sometimes I start a sentence and I don't know where I'm going. I just hope that I find it somewhere along the way.
Exactly. We're not all first round picks. And joining us, as always, the Green Goblin, the voice of God himself, Dizz. Dizz, welcome in, buddy.
Thanks, man. Uh, one more day at work. That's all I have to say. One more day at work, and then I'm off for a bit, and then uh, we're taking a fresh start. So I'm so juiced. Just got one more day, baby.
The Febreze brothers.
Fresh
Fresh
start.
start. Yeah. All right. So today, with not much sports going on or anything like that, we're going to talk about another theory, a kind of gambling theory, if you will. And this theory is called the chaos theory. Now,
Oh,
Diz, I'm giving you the opportunity, the floor, if you want to give your take on the chaos theory or just any kind of talking points you want to hit on for the chaos theory.
absolutely. So I will shout out the founder of Chaos Theory. His name is Matthew Ice. He's one of my roommates. Um, now I will not say he invented doing what we're doing, but he invented calling it Chaos Theory.
Right.
And he invented doing it around March Madness, which I guess you don't have to do it around March Madness. You can do it anytime. I'm assuming, Patty, you have some chaos going on tonight in your Dumbest Dummy line.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
Okay.
not actually not in the dumbest dummy line, but I do have two chaos theory plays going on tonight.
Yeah, so I guess the biggest thing to understand about a chaos theory is it's all round robins, and round robins can be confusing until you kind of start to experiment them. I would say experiment with them cautiously because the amount of money you actually bet on a round robin can kind of get out of hand. Essentially, a round robin is a way to hedge parlays. At its simplest form, if you take a three-game parlay but do a round robin, you can bet on two of them to hit and all three of them to hit. So obviously, if all three of them hit, you make the money that you would in a normal parlay. But let's say one of those legs loses, you still get some money back. So it's a way to hedge a parlay, and it puts multiple bets on multiple outcomes. And essentially, for chaos theory, what you want to happen is you want chaos to happen. You want upsets. You want all this stuff to happen. And since you don't have to win every single leg, you're just hoping that craziness ensues. And it's perfect for March Madness because lower seeds win all the time. We'll talk about that closer to March Madness, the exact formula for the March Madness chaos theory. But Patty, I would love to hear what you have to add or anything I missed or any questions you have about what I said.
Yeah, and so I think you made a good point there about March Madness and doing this. All the time in March Madness, you have a 13 seed beating a 4 seed or a 12 seed beating a 5 seed, a money line underdog essentially that no one could have predicted. And so what you do is instead of trying to figure out which one of those games is actually going to have that money line upset, you bet the round robin on a bunch of them. And so that way, you're hoping that March Madness happens. You're hoping the crazy outcome happens essentially.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So the example I just want to lay out is let's do a let's do a three-team NFL parlay for this upcoming week. Let's say uh, the Colts over the Cardinals is one of my picks. Let's say the Titans over the Niners is one of my picks. And who else is playing? Shit, I don't have it in front of me.
Bills,
Uh,
Patriots.
Bills. Let's say the Bills beat the Patriots. If I were to bet money line on all three of those outcomes, the odds would be astronomical because the chances that all three of those win are unlikely. We all know how parlays work. But if you do a round robin, I can bet on the four outcomes of only two of those three games happening. And if two of the three hit, then I make back the money pretty much close to what I initially bet on it. So when you do chaos theory at its root, at its core, it is a shit ton of bets shit ton of small amount of money bets, and like I can't really explain it. You'll just have to go on your bookie and see it for yourself. But especially when you do like 10 or 12, 12 team round robins, you will have hundreds, maybe even thousands of picks. And you just do like 10-cent bets, and you're basically rooting for chaos to have a team or a 4-team just to dip your feet in and just root for chaos.
Exactly. And so tonight, Diz, I actually have 2 of them that are 5-leg chaos theory ones, but we're not getting there yet. First, before we get to that, I have a story for this one. All right. So, the chaos theory hit for me once, and it was actually around this same time last year. So it was actually Christmas Day last year. I was down to
leg
like
hit?
What?
When you say the chaos theory hit, you mean you just netted a profit, or you hit
No, I hit
every single leg?
I think I hit every single leg.
Okay.
But it was Christmas Day last year. I was down to like the last $3 in my FanDuel account. And I said, F it, we're going to put it all on this chaos theory play for the NBA. And so I actually hit on every single leg and made a ton of money. And so in its root, when it happens, it is glorious. But it, like Diz said, it can be a dangerous game, because if you're doing like a 12-leg round robin, you're sinking a ton of money into this.
Yeah, I sorry to cut you off there, Patty. Were you done telling your story?
Yeah.
I'll just tease the March Madness chaos theory that I do every year. For better or for worse, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But it's a 12-game round robin. So you actually end up with thousands of picks. And I think last year, at the minimum 10-cent bet for all 1,000, I think my total amount bet was over $200. And the way we do it is you bet on every 12 seed to beat the 5, every 11 to beat the 6, every 10 to beat the 7, and every 9 to beat the 8 in every region. So there's 12 total teams you're betting. And as long as, I believe, 5 of those 12, based on the odds will be different. But normally, if you hit 5 of those 12, you net a profit. And last year, I hit 4 of the 12, and the 5th one was like a COVID game that got canceled. That was a nightmare. So I lost money last year. And actually, the 13 and 14 and 15 seeds won more than the 10, 11, and 12 seeds. So it's kind of flawed in that sense as well. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of shit that's going on. And it makes March Madness even more madness. So I will tease that. We'll talk more about that as March Madness draws nearer. But yeah, love the chaos theory. Love rooting for crazy shit to happen. Because normally, when you place bets, you don't want craziness to happen. So chaos theory is a nice, refreshing pace of like, okay, like fumble on the goal line. That's what we needed. Or it's fun to root for chaos sometimes, and that's why I would advocate for chaos theory.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I've got 2 5-leggers tonight for chaos theory. The first one is all money line underdogs in the NBA. So that's Cavs money line over the Celtics, Magic money line over the Hawks, Rockets money line versus the Bucks, Thunder money line versus the Nuggets, and Kings money line versus the Clippers. Now, why is this in play, or why is this even possible? I mean, this whole COVID thing is happening, and there's people that are like figuring out they're out of games like hours before the game starts, right? So if something happens and half of the starting lineup gets knocked out for a favorite, then all of a sudden the underdog becomes the favorite, or the underdog's able to pull it off because they have their full team, yada yada yada. So this might be the perfect time to try something like this, just because there's so many things changing and lines moving all over the place because of the ever-changing situation. And so I don't even think all the moneyline underdogs will win tonight, but it's just a chaos theory. So I'm hoping crazy things happen, causing these moneyline underdogs to win outright. And I did the round robin on 4 of the 5, and then I also put the 5-leg parlay in there.
Oh my God, you didn't even do 3?
No, I did 4.
Holy. So do you have your FanDuel open? Like, do you know how many bets it was, and do you know how much your wagers were and all that stuff?
It was 6 total bets.
So you had 5 possibilities of 4 of the 5 winning, And then you
the
had
parlay.
one possibility of the parlay.
Right.
What was your total amount spent?
$6.
Okay, so it was what, like $1 for each bet or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy, Patty. 4 underdogs to win.
And
Hey,
then,
we're rooting for chaos.
so my max returns on just the round robin is $660. So
That's essentially if all 5 win, though. I will caution that.
right.
When you do a round robin, the max, when it says like you bet $6 to win 600, that's only if the parlay hits. Let's say in Pat's situation, if only 4 of the 5 hit, he would definitely make a profit, but it's not the full amount that you're expecting. So
yeah,
keep that in mind as well.
and so that's round robin chaos theory number 1. Now this one's going to be really crazy. And so last night I actually hit 2 of the games. I got the first basket score right in the games. So I parlayed those together and I made like $30 last night. And so I'm like, all right, what's more chaotic or what's more crazy odds than predicting the first basket scorer in all 5 of these games as well? And so that's another thing where just like if craziness happens, if chaos happens, and I can manage to get 4 out of these 5 right tonight, we're making hella money, boys. So first basket scores in each game. We got Ricky Rubio, Chuma Okiki.
Excuse me, bless you.
Christian Wood, Will Barton, and Harrison Barnes.
The
All right?
value on this has to be absolutely ridiculous.
So if we look at just the parlay of that, it is $1 to win 30,000. I'm talking mad chaos tonight, boys.
Patty, I will just say, not to bash this, because I absolutely love it,
Go
but
on.
chaos theory on a first basket, almost like there's no real chaos in a first basket. I feel like a first basket is the least chaotic bet you can have because it's over in a minute.
Possibly. Or is it more chaotic because you have 10 people trying to score that first basket and you never know what could happen on the first basket?
Please tell me you took like a 3 or a 4 on this.
I took 4.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's fine.
Fine. Well, if 4 of those 5 hit, you're rich. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. I hit 2 last night. Why can't I just double up and hit 4 tonight?
Since we haven't exchanged Christmas gifts yet, I would absolutely love it if that hit, because maybe you'd give me something better.
What I got you now is fantastic. Just saying. But
what I got you now is fantastic. Have Mom and Dad given it to you yet? Sorry, we're going off the script, but
maybe
you should open it on the pod if you have it.
What? I mean, I opened up some gifts from.
You would know what came from me. It's wrapped and it says from Dizzle.
I don't think I got that.
Damn it. We need to open that on the pod.
Okay.
Sorry to go off tangent, but
We might do a live unboxing at some point. So
absolutely. And I owe you guys both dinner anyways, so let's.
Oh, that is true.
Maybe I'll just give you guys gift cards.
Well, we'll see how this month goes.
Yeah, good call. It may be a wash by the end of
I
it.
might owe it right back.
So that's chaos theory, though. The most common chaos theory is picking moneyline underdogs and round robining them together and hoping crazy things happen.
Yeah, and I would just say, even if you like favorites, I mean, take favorites in it too. It's just for the namesake of chaos theory, you're rooting for craziness to happen. If you're loving like 3 like NFL money line favorites this weekend, do a round robin with favorites. It's the same thing. It's just you're not really rooting for chaos. Why we call it chaos theory is the most fun way to do round robins is rooting for upsets and rooting for underdogs. That's why it's perfect for March Madness. But yeah, chaos theory, baby. I love that we talked about it. I don't know if we've talked about it before on the pod, maybe really early on, but I don't think we've talked about it on March Madness yet because I don't think we started before March. Am I wrong?
I believe we started this podcast in April, so I do believe this was not a topic. Or I can't remember, man. It's been so long. We're over 100 episodes in. We may have talked about it at the very, very beginning, but it's always good to revisit some of these things sometimes anyway. So,
Sure, for sure.
all right. Talk about dumbest dummy picks. I went 1-2 on Monday. I finally hit a dumbest dummy bet for like the first time in like 3 weeks. So, there you go. Connor, how did you do?
I didn't bet anything, but that Football Friday parlay I was waiting on didn't happen.
Heartbreak City, man.
Well,
What was the value of the one that you hit?
Plus 140.
And you had 3 bets?
Yeah.
So you went down in units total?
Correct. Yes.
I went down in units total as well. So Connor has broken the game. He has gained ground by not having any bets. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, we kind of all knew it was going to happen. We're kind of in a rough spot right now.
Yes, the only one I hit was the under, and I felt sick to my stomach, so I don't even know if we want to count those units.
Great call on that one, Diz. We appreciate that.
Did you guys watch that football game?
No, absolutely not.
The Bears are heinous.
Yeah, and their coach
Absolutely
somehow still has a
heinous.
job.
I mean, there's unnecessary. They make a stop, and there's an unnecessary roughness. 3 minutes after the play, they give them a first down. There's a muffed punt. It's just like, it was horrible. I'm so glad I'm not a Bears fan, and I know so many Bears fans that it was like, holy cow, let's be happy we're not Bears fans. And the under. I may take the under every time the Bears play the rest of the year. They are done. They're dead.
Yeah. Also, I just thought about this. So if my first basket, Chaos Theory hits, can I be known as Captain Chaos?
You
Professor
can be known
Chaos.
as Captain Chaos anyways, Pat.
I didn't want to steal Professor Chaos, but I will say, Connor, whenever I did hit the my Christmas Day one, I definitely tweeted out like a GIF of Professor Chaos, and
yeah,
I had to. I mean, but
am I the only one who doesn't know who Professor Chaos is? Is that a character from something?
yes, and yes, you are the only one that doesn't know who Professor Chaos is, but it's all right.
Is it like Family Guy or some dumb shit?
Close. You're
South Park or some dumb shit.
You're in the right
South
ballpark.
Park.
So,
of course, South.
But anyways,
Park.
all right. Competition bets for today. I went hard on the player props, boys.
Yeah, I like Captain Chaos.
Okay, Captain Chaos. But the first one, Bogdan Bogdanovich, 20 plus points at plus 270. This one is more of a feel one, so there's not a ton of like numbers that back this up. But he scored 20 against Orlando a month ago, and Orlando ranks 27th in the league in points allowed. And with Connor's favorite person of all time, Trae Young, being out of the game, I would imagine that he will see more shots and more of the ball. So I'm going with Bogdan Bogdanovich, 20 plus points.
You mean we're going to see more basketball from other players when the biggest crybaby in the NBA is out?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay, so less time having to worry about drying his tears than
Right.
more for the actual game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it. You nailed it.
Okay.
All right. This next one, as Connor labeled him as some random guy, or what did you say? Goofball. Some goofball.
Some goofball.
Yeah.
Some wannabe NBA player.
Nikola Jokic to record a triple-double tonight at plus 260. So this is boosted on FanDuel. He's also the former MVP, Connor, so let's have a little bit of respect for some goofball. Although he is pretty much a goofball. If you've ever seen him like act, he's a goofball. but he hasn't had a game in the past 10 games where he hasn't had it 10 plus points and 10 plus rebounds, which leaves us to the third part of the triple double, which is assists. Over his last 5 road games, he has averaged 10.2 assists. Also, the Thunder ranked 23rd in the league in assists allowed and 29th in center defense. So I like this value and this play here. And finally, my favorite play of the night. Garrison Matthews, 15 plus points at plus 250.
Who's Garrison Matthews?
He is the Rockets' saving grace. He's the only reason the Rockets have done anything this year.
Is he related to Dave Matthews?
Or Mr. Garrison? Another South Park reference?
I was going to say Garrison Matthews sounds like a elementary school counselor.
Yes, that is true.
And he's laying wood in the NBA right now. Who is this man?
So, well, he's a 3-point sharpshooter for the Rockets. But just so you guys know, I'm also taking him to hit 20 plus points and over 5.5 threes.
Sheesh.
But the 15 plus points was great value, and I think this one's a lock. So 2 weeks ago when these two teams played, he had 23 points and hit 6 3-pointers in that game. If he hits half of that mark, he gets to 15 basically. So this is by far my favorite play of the night. Garrison Matthews, he's the man. He was on a 2-way contract, and they converted him to a full 4-year contract, and dude's been inspirational to say the least. Let's have a good night for my boy Garrison Matthews.
Okay.
Batman, do you have any dumbest dummy picks, or are you just going to keep trying to ride this wave out with gaining ground on us without actually betting?
I have 4 bets.
Oh, okay. Curveball, I wasn't prepared for that.
Do gotta say the NBA is the most disgusting sport I think that there is, professional sports wise, and I absolutely hate that it is the only sport going on tonight. It is a bunch of BS, and I will not be watching any of these games. With that said, I have 4 basketball picks.
Good.
That's
perfect.
A deep drive into left center field. That'll be a home run by Castellanos.
That's right.
I'm taking the Rockets plus 10 versus the Bucks, minus 112. Thunder plus 5.5 versus the Nuggets at minus 110. Clippers minus 5.5 versus the Kings at minus 110. And then I'm taking a boost I know nothing about, but we're going to see if it hits because it's at plus 260. Auburn, Tennessee, and Washington State to all win.
That's a college basketball one. Wow.
I know.
You really? Yeah. Okay. All right. I can dig it. I can respect it.
Are you sure? Do you know any of these teams?
No.
What's going on? Okay, I don't either. But there was a boost.
I love it. All right, Dizz, what do you got?
I kind of said in the preface before we started recording, tonight is not my bag of tricks. Connor kind of alluded to it. I really stay away from the NBA. I haven't bet college basketball in a long time. I haven't followed it. I'm going to try to get back into college basketball once the NFL kind of starts to die down. But at the same time, I'm going to pick my favorite pick from each of you. I know that seems like a pander. I know that seems like some kind of bullshit. But the motto of this podcast is bet together, win together. So I'm pulling my favorite bet from each of you guys. Patty, you sold me on Jokic triple-double. You said that was plus 260. Is that right?
Yep.
So I'm going Jokic triple-double plus 260. And then just to get some value, I'm loving the boost as well. I forget the teams, Auburn, Washington State, and Tennessee all to win tonight. Did I nail that?
Auburn, Washington State, and Tennessee.
Wow. Dang.
I got 2 plus 260s. And honestly, my favorite part isn't that if it hits, you guys don't gain any ground. My favorite part is that we're betting together and we're winning together.
There you go. There you go. All right, group best bets. I think we should go with what's Garrison Matthews over points. Hold on, let me see.
Which game is that? I don't know this fool.
The fool. Get out of here. He's on the Rockets. His over/under is 11.5. Over 11.5 at plus 102. You guys in?
I'm in.
I mean, I don't know the guy.
Okay.
Garrison Matthews. I just imagine he's some lanky white kid who can shoot threes. Am I wrong?
You're pretty close. I don't know if he's lanky, but he's definitely a white guy that can shoot.
I mean, you have to with the name Garrison.
Let's see. What else are we feeling? Clippers minus 4.5, Connor?
Oh yeah, fade the Kings all the way. Yeah.
And then one other basketball one that you like.
I'm not gonna lie, Patty. I kind of want to watch some college basketball tonight. Do we have any 7:00 games? Maybe is there like a Power 5 7:00 matchup with a decent spread? We can bet on the underdog. That's kind of what I'm thinking here.
Hold on, let me get to 7:00. Indiana, Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky, 17.5-point underdogs.
No, I really don't like that because I didn't even realize my own team was playing basketball tonight. That's shame on me. But is it at Assembly Hall?
Yes.
I will say, fuck it. Are we taking it? Because I will say the students are not there. Assembly Hall will be dead. If there's any chance Northern Kentucky can cover it, it would be over Christmas break. That's all I have to say. I don't know if we want to ride that. That's a complete shot in the dark. Kind of an emotional hedge, though. If we keep it close or if we lose, at least we cash on it. Are you boys in on that?
Fine by me.
You say it's Northern Kentucky?
Yes. I didn't even know Northern Kentucky was a school.
Are they not like the horse logo, or is that Western Kentucky? I'm thinking Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
What's the bet?
Northern Kentucky plus 17.5 at minus 110. I like our diversity in our bets tonight, boys.
All basketball.
I believe diversity is an old wooden ship.
Used in the Civil War era.
Why would the network care about an old wooden ship? I don't know. All right, boys. Time for the Hail Mary multi-sport parlay of the day. I put together 5 NBA spread picks with 5 college basketball spread picks. Do you guys have a guess as to what the value is if you haven't already seen it, Connor? Yeah.
I already saw it.
All right. Dizz, guess at 10.
You said it's 5 spreads?
It's 5 spreads for NBA, 5 spreads for college basketball. We had to throw in multiple sports.
Shit.
Got to spread them.
583.
Not bad. $1 to win $692.85.
Ooh, you were way off.
What? Like the closest I've ever been.
All right, so we got Celtics minus 6.5 versus the Cavs, Magic plus 6.5 versus the Hawks, Rockets plus 9 versus the Bucks, Thunder plus 5.5 versus the Nuggets, and Clippers minus 5.5 versus Kings. So that's all in the NBA. And now in college basketball, I'm going Kentucky minus 12 versus the other Western Kentucky, the actual Western Kentucky. Drake minus 24.5 versus Chicago State. Arizona plus 1 versus Tennessee. Canisius plus 4.5 versus Florida Gulf Coast. And Virginia minus 3.5 versus Clemson.
Samsonite. I was way off.
Way off. All right, boys. Anything you guys need to get off your chest before we call it a day and get ready for a football Thursday tomorrow?
My only thing, I hate to bring up another discussion and maybe defend my take yesterday.
Uh-oh.
But I was talking to one of my coworkers. I know you guys are coworkers, so I kind of got to bring in this office talk as well.
Okay.
One of my coworkers really thinks that taking the Colts to win the AFC South is a great value pick. The Titans play the Niners tomorrow. It is a great Thursday night game, but the Niners are scary. Then they go and they play the Dolphins, and then they finish with the Texans. If they go 1-2 and the Colts win out, the Colts will win the AFC South. And I know I kind of talked about, are you rooting for the Steelers or the Titans last week? I was rooting for the Steelers because I do want the Colts to win the division. I do want the Colts to have home field advantage. Do we think that's a decent pick? I don't even know the value. He was just telling me that I need to look at the value because he really thinks the Titans are cold. They're beat up. They're hurt. They're on COVID. And the Colts are red hot. What do you boys think of that?
So the value I just looked up while you're talking, giving that spiel, the Colts are plus 500 to win the AFC South.
Is 5-1? I feel like that's pretty good value because if we beat Arizona, we will be favored in the next 2 games. So essentially, the 5-1, you're banking on the Colts to upset the Cardinals this weekend, which the line's only down to 1, and you're betting on the Titans to lose to the Niners and the Dolphins. So I guess combining all those, maybe 5-1's not the best odds, but the Colts are red hot and the Titans are beat up. Would you guys take that? Because I'm thinking about it.
I just did.
Oh, shit!
I mean, honestly, you're right. It does come down to pretty much this weekend. Because if the Colts lose this weekend to the Cardinals, they're pretty much done.
And the Lions just beat them.
Right. The Cardinals look like a different team without DeAndre Hopkins.
Is he out this week?
He's out for the rest of the season.
Got it.
I am tempted to pull my Kansas City Chiefs.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? They're the current odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl.
I know, but I just don't see it happening this year. After watching them, I don't know.
But
And it's back to 50.
This year is the year where I almost feel better about it because there's not that clear-cut favorite. And we know the Chiefs are offensively firepower, like have enough offensive firepower to win any game. And if their defense keeps playing like they had been the past few weeks, I mean, I honestly think they can beat anybody any given week, and that's all it takes in the NFL. You just need to beat them one game on one weekend to beat any team.
I know, even if they make it to the Super Bowl, though, I think whatever NFC team's going, they've been dominant all season, like the top teams in the NFC.
I don't know. I still like the Chiefs bet. I'm not pulling out.
You have 4 10-4 teams up at the top, and then you have the 11-3 or something. Packers.
Maybe.
Yeah, 11-3. Yeah. I don't know. AFC seems easy.
Would you start hedging now then? Would you, if you're concerned about the NFC, would you put some money on the Packers, some money on the Cardinals or someone? And
I won't be able to hedge later.
Right. And yeah. But how much do we win if the Chiefs hit it?
300.
So then, even if you get to the Super Bowl, and I mean, what's the heaviest favorite you think you would see in a Super Bowl
against the Chiefs?
Yeah. Touchdown max, maybe.
Chiefs. There would be no more than 4 points given to a team playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
And so even if you waited until that point to hedge, you could put $100 on whoever the Chiefs are playing, and you'd be guaranteeing almost like $150 profit.
Well, I won't be able to hedge later. That's the issue.
Oh yeah, you. Oh yeah, didn't put that together. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, okay. Now, yeah, maybe
I will not be able to hedge.
Maybe you pull out. Okay, yeah, sorry, that one's on me. I was in a different world there for a second.
Patty, are you good, bro?
I'm fine. I'm great. I have chaos theory to look forward to tonight.
Honestly, I may dabble my feet in a little bit. I miss chaos theory. It kind of burned me in March Madness, but beauty about chaos is it's always going to happen. You just got to bet on the right shit.
When it happened on Christmas Day last year, I mean, craziest Christmas Day I've ever had.
Were you with me or were you with your wife's family?
I think I was with you. I think we were in Trevor's basement.
Yeah, we were going nuts in Sunshine's basement.
And I was like, screw it. I'm doing chaos theory on all these NBA moneyline underdogs tonight.
And I didn't ride with you like an idiot.
It was electric.
It was very electric.
Christmas is perfect for chaos.
Oh, I love that. I mean, what does he say in Christmas Vacation? It's the holidays. We're all in misery. Might as well take some chaos, right?
Yep.
There you go. Anything else, boys?
Can you have a little Captain Chaos signing off? Can you get a little can you get a closing line out and then you can be crowned Captain Chaos?
Nice, Connor.
What rhymes with chaos? Well, this
Orange.
tanked. I thought you'd have more creative juices.
I mean, I'm trying. It's chaos is such a weird word. I don't.
This is a great ending of the pod, by the way.
Yeah, electric. That's what people stay around for.
I'll think of a tagline for you, and then we can officially call you Captain Chaos. And then every time you in the pod, you'll say your little sign off.
Okay, that's fine.
I got you. Give me a day to work on it. I kind of just fed that to you with no warning or anything. I don't know why I'm expecting you to be this creative right now. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, you literally know who I am, and you know I lack more creative juices than just about anybody.
But you have more winners than anyone I know too, Patty.
I'll take it. Hey, that's sounds good to me. All right. So before we sign off, just to remind everyone, we have an episode tomorrow. We're not doing Friday because it's Christmas Eve and Connor has to go be with his family for once. So we are doing a Football Friday episode on Thursday tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a large episode. For now, it's going to be at the same time. We might adjust it because some of us may not be working tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. We'll tweet it out if that changes times. But if you want to see that, you can check it out on Twitter at SportsBetByDumb and on Instagram at SportsBetByDumb. And then follow us on YouTube. You can watch us live if you want. You can watch back old episodes. You can see our hideous faces if you want. But just search for Sports Betting by Dummies in the YouTube search bar. Filter by channel. You should be able to find us. We should be the first one. Look for the black and yellow logo. But thank you. Hopefully everyone's night is chaotic. And we will see you all tomorrow for Football Friday.
If you don't like taking the loss, ride with Captain Chaos.
Oh, man. That was electric. All right. See you guys.